Hello LEGO fans, welcome back. If you survived through the first long-winded video, the unboxing, for those who are new, we are going to build in this video LEGO Technic set 8443. We're going to build the main model, the A model, and we're going to do it in real time here. So or I don't know. I really don't know what we're gonna do here. I don't know if I'm gonna try to edit this or what. So we'll see what happens. But let's get right into this. So the first piece I actually have over here. Interesting. They ask you to take out the pneumatic cylinder. So here we go. I always like to give it a pump or two, and actually it's interesting, instructions say for you to actually have it pulled out. So we got that, and then we need 2 Technic pins. So pretty easy, just put those in. And yes, I am that OCD that I have to put the tops of them all oriented in the same direction. So you will notice that as I go through the build here. So this prong's facing out. And then we're going to get 2 of our lift arms, or I'm sorry, not lift arms, Technic bricks, the predecessor of the lift arm. And actually this set contains only one type of lift arm, only one length, which is interesting. I didn't catch that earlier, but so if you go and pick up a Technic brick, I think I said lift arm earlier, you don't even need to measure those up because they're all the same size, length. So we have 2 of these pieces, and I think what we'll do is I'll bring this up and we will enjoy the sounds of sorting through Legos. So 2 of those. And one of the 6 long goes right there. You get to the point with some of these sets where you don't really even need to measure them up anymore. So this goes here. I just like to make sure that they're only poking through as far as they need to be. And then we go 3 holes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 holes back. Good. And then we put this up here. And another thing that I always try to do is I always try to leave this guy right here. You want to leave those gears, you want to leave a little space between them. It's like, so that this should be able to move freely as possible. So I'd say that's pretty free. And this will get pulled together, and there we go. Nice. So that's free moving. And that's the spec that everything needs to be. Okay, next step. We're gonna get 1x6 black. Trying to find it. There it is. And we're gonna get one of those parts for the steering. 2 2x3 plates in black. And 1, looks like a 1x3. Oops, sorry about that. I think it's in here. See what I mean? So much fun to search. There it is. Found it. Kadoke. Our parts. Put them on. And just building up the bottom here as we go. Awesome. This one looks like it goes 1, one stud away from the back. And then some of these old sets, they make it a little bit difficult to really figure out where you're going. Like in this step here, it's going to be a little bit hard. I'm going to have to adjust this. Like this step right here, it's really hard to tell where this piece goes. You have to count these little, I don't know what the heck those are called. They're not really anti-studs, but those little nubs, call them nubs, but you see them here. So that's what you have to count. And this can be somewhat difficult on these older sets, but so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's right bisecting the fifth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the one you can see. There's probably a hidden one over here, which if I come in and try to focus it, you can see the half one over there. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 in the clear. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the clear. It should bring us back to here. We will do that and see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's the half of the fifth one. So that should be where it's intended to go. And then looks like they have you flip it back around for the next step. So let's get these pieces now. 2 of these Technic bricks with a hole in them, and 4 of the I should know the names of these by now, but these things, bushings. Oh no, they look like a bushing to me. And 4 of these little parts, these little shims. I'm gonna call them shims. Please roast me in the comments. 2 of these old school steering parts. You don't see these much anymore. They may even be phased out. 2 of the 6 long axles, and then 2 of the final ones. Those gray ones, where are they? Where are those gray pieces? Are they hiding in here? Nope. I know they're here. Either that or, nope, they're not in that extra little plastic thing. They're hiding somewhere in here. Getting a little embarrassing at this point. Oh, here they are. They're in this one. These parts. 2 of those. It calls for. Nope, there they are. Hooray, we found them. Okay. So, next up, we're going to make 2 little axles. 2 of these. 2 of those. So, make 1. And I always like to pay attention to you. I don't like to, again, there's another one of these OCD things of mine, but I'm going to put the first one in here, and then I'm going to take this one, and I always keep these bird, or not, they're not bird, but they have some of these that they're perfectly circular, and then they have like a shape to them on the other side. And my OCD always likes to have these. This is probably going to go up against the wheel. So if you can, I always flip them out where possible. And then another thing that we do is we always put these, this is correct, this is incorrect. Correct, incorrect. So that's what we need for this, and good. Looks like that is ready to go. So I'm going to put this right up here. And let's see. Yeah, and I think you push the axle in, and it goes into the, yep, there we go. And, oh yeah, butter. Butter smooth is always what we're looking for. Build this one up. Same way. Sounds so good. Cool. So these both spin freely. This thing's still hanging out, doing its thing. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet, but next we need to get these. Excellent this way on this one. And this one, it really does matter, but teeth out on the first one. And then teeth in on the second one. And these teeth will actually mesh. And then I always push it out. See that? Ever so slightly. Because I want my tires and wheels to spin freely. Oh, yes. Love that. Just nothing better than a Technic set that has that perfect amount of play in it. And all the functions. Steering make it smooth as possible. I'll spend hours just fiddling with the tolerances on these parts ever so slightly until they're perfect. Okay, nice. Do the same thing where we give it a little bit of space, kind of just push it through and pop it on. There you go. Nice. So we've got the makings of our steering, and actually this set confirms it, I guess, or this step confirms it, but you push those axles in and they're nicely seated and they're nicely secured and stabilized, so that's nice. Okay. Another search is going to be for 1x4. You start to remember where certain parts are and you get more efficient at this as time goes on, usually. Two of these, hole in the middle, just the one brick, the 1x1, 2x3, and then it looks like the top of the steering. So we'll fortify the tops of these axles here. Oh yeah, nothing like never before clipped together parts. It just, oh yeah, right on. Always checking, always checking. Those are good. And then we'll pop these ones on the top carefully. Nice. And then these are some things that if you sandwich these too tight together, these things, you see how it's gravity should be forcing it down like that. So and you can do this at the end, but if you ever so slightly pull these apart, you'll notice that the resistance becomes remarkably less on these things, and they should be able to fall down freely, or a little bit closer to freely. But these are not a problem at all. It's that's about as good as it can be. But sometimes if you just wiggle them a little bit, I mean, I'm beyond what a normal person would be with this, but that's looking good, and we're going to build on top of it, so we're going to be kind of continually forcing these things together, but they should operate freely, which they do. So, oh boy, we got our first pneumatic hose. Oh, I'm skipping ahead here. I shouldn't be. I'm going to put these things on the front. These little pieces. And then you see that little misalignment there? That's no bueno. So what I'll do is I'll get a brick or something and I'll press that up against it, and I'll make sure that it's just right. Those are all on the same plane now. Just a little alignment tool, it's kind of fun to do stuff like this with your sets. You make them so that they're just perfect. It takes a little bit more time, and I think you wind up enjoying the set more. So Here we go, 2 behind. Put this one right there. All right, looking good, looking good. So that's what we've got so far. Got some more pieces to hunt for. 2 slits. Technic pin. All those bushings. Odd number of those. And then we're gonna get our first part from the separate box, one of these things. And we have right here, we've got our first lengths to cut. So we've got a 10 and a 12 that we need to do. So we go back to the early pages. Gonna get our ridiculously long black tube that's tangled up with the gray tube right now. So get that. Get yourself a little straight edge. And I don't want to bust through to my computer mat below, so we will. Just give me a second. Put something underneath. And let's measure it. So we said a 10 and a 12 looks like those two, so we will put it at the very end. And this isn't, if it's not right on, it's fine. And then we will go like this. Cool. So 10, perfect. Bringing back memories of sweating when I was a kid doing this. 12. Try not to stretch them too much while I'm getting them straight. Yeah, he's cut nice and easily now. Okay. Looks pretty good. Okay, set that aside. Okay, oh, skipping ahead here. All right, so what do we got? Bring our build back. Okay, let's do this here. Get this thing. That's why we're using the 3, makes sense. So do one right there. Another one right there. Do the brick trick. Gotta do the brick trick. The focus is horrendous right now. But I don't know, I might end up fast forwarding through this or creating 2 videos. I don't know what the heck to do. I'm just kind of winging it here. But I'm building Legos, so all is good. Put these on the end, it's nice, like a little handle or like, I don't know, just something for you to grab onto as you actuate it. And it looks like, there's that Technic. These are now blue, an obnoxious blue, to make it easier for inexperienced builders and people that I guess can't see. But, and then we put the 10 one, so the shorter one goes on the front. And this is another part where I always make sure that I get these things all the way in. Smush them on so that they don't come off later. And these go on the outer too. Important to orient them properly. Otherwise, you'll be deconstructing. but it's Lego. It's meant to be built and rebuilt, so no harm, no foul. And these looks like they did just, oh, I see. You're just gonna slot them through. That makes sense. So that's what these are for on the front. Keep that up like that. Put this through here. Oh yeah, nice. So that goes through there, and then this other one goes through the other side. Okay, and it just hangs out there for now. Somebody's raging out there on a motorcycle. I don't know if you heard that. Getting it. I'm getting it out there, boys. Okay. Done with step 7. Also like a lot in these older sets, the steps are more involved. They have like 1-part steps in some of these newer sets. But it goes. Brick with some holes in it, usually for steering parts of the steering system. Get these out, find some of those. I'm going to get one of the cross junctions for the pneumatics, and oh boy, we're already off cutting more hoses. This is funny. I put this rather unassuming piece in the display section. The other one's just mixed in with the parts bags, but I guess they really wanted to show that one off. Those, and all right, so we're back to the cutting here. So bring this to the side. We're cutting the gray up now. 2 of the 4 and 1 of the 13. Wow, 2. Yeah, I am cutting on that. Just don't tell anybody. Okay, so now this is important. I want to make sure that I do this right. So, oh, they actually have 2 of the 4, so they've sort of foolproofed it for me. That is very nice of them. So, same process. 4 centimeters. These smaller ones are easier because you don't have to just like stretch them. Or you don't have to lay them out. Oh, I'm so OCD. Okay. There's one. And there's, gotta get it just right. There we go. And 1 of the 13. So they had these random bends in them where you remember from the other video, they put the tape around it, but you just gotta smush it down in segments. Try not to, you know, pull it too much. But this is how we're gonna do it. Okay. That cuts down. Sorry about that. I don't want my hand in the way. All right. Now we're time to put this one together. Oh, interesting setup on the steering there. But we'll first put together this. So we're going to use our little T junction here. And these are always the hardest ones to put on. Oh my gosh, I think when I was a kid I used to lick them, but no more. I won't do that. Can fumble around with this. Feel free to fast forward, but these are ones where the drawing says you don't need to put them all the way. If you look at it, there's like some space, but in my experience, you want these things pretty much all the way in. It will only make future reliability that much better. I mean, not that you're putting, ridiculous amounts of pressure through these things, but I just think it looks better to have them all nice and cozy. Be sure not to nick them with your fingernails. I've done that in the past, and it's like I've braided them with my fingernail, and once that happens, they tend to pop off, and then you need to kind of cut that section out. And if you've cut them specifically to length, sometimes you wind up needing to get a replacement, like a whole replacement hose, so that you can get it to be the proper length again. So be careful with your fingernails on these things. If you're going hog wild like I am and trying to get them all the way in, probably look like an ogre doing this, but whatever. It slows me down a little bit. That's what I like with these sets. Just nice sit down and enjoy. All right, and then we actually connect it over here, and it looks like it goes backwards, so it's important to have them generally positioned where they're gonna go, and then you stick them on the ends here. So make sure that's good. Top and bottom, good. Awesome. So that will continue to hang out right there. Okay. And it looks like this goes under. Oh, it goes underneath, actually. It goes underneath this one. And it continues to go underneath. Okay, so this just gets slotted under there. And whoop, just like that. Nice. It's like where it wants to be. Start to build up some more of this base. And here we start to add some of that interesting, this thing's got kind of a trick steering system to it. I'm interested to discover it and see how exactly it works, because it's got that turntable, but it's also got axles that steer. So kind of a neat setup this thing has. You still move freely and constantly checking that. So now we add the turntable. And we have two 1x2 bricks, or plates, I mean. One of these things, and a 6-line axle, which will be in here. So, first thing we'll do, we got a lot going on this step, is we are supposed to, looks like this goes on there, and this pops up through it, so, oh yeah, and the front of it connects onto this piece. So, it looks like it goes just like that, with 2 in the front. Yep, okay. Wow, this actually has more connection points than I thought it would. Interesting. Just going slow to make sure. Whoops. Blew that piece off on the bottom. But that can be put back pretty easily. This side over here. Failing miserably. There we go. Nice. Okay, so the turntable is on, and this is slotted through it. So that's actually kind of neat. I'm going to just take that off for a second and just see how that works again. It's got a bunch of brick connections underneath there. That's so cool how they thought about how all that would connect just like that. Oh, that's nice. It's neat. Very neat. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so there's that, and there is that. Cool. Next thing it says, oh, the 6. Oh, interesting. It looks like this thing then just kind of becomes something that holds these up. I don't know. That's an interesting thing that they got going on here. We'll see just how, if this thing winds up moving or not, but one of the ways that I space these out on the end is I'll take one of these and I'll just kind of push it through until it hits my finger. Same thing here. Can just perfect. And then pull it out a little bit on the bottom and we're good. So that moves, that stays there. Says that goes up, and 2 of those. Okay. Looks like I forgot 2 pieces from the prior step because I'm an idiot. Those go right there, and then these go on top. And yes, I'm going to do the brick trick. Make sure everything is perfectly aligned. Just because I'm a maniac. Oh yeah, that's what you want to see. And then looks like another one of these. So this piece goes right over there, right on top. Okay, it goes right there. And then these, I'm gonna bring. Okay, so I'm gonna connect this one down there. Try to focus it for you guys. And then I guess I'll do my brick trick at the end because I keep on messing up what I realign. And then this one's gonna go up here, and that's why they were slightly different lengths, so that this one could reach the top. Gotta go a little bit further. And those went in nice and easily. These things keep popping off because we're training the hoses to do a certain thing. Good. Looks like we don't have any significant kinks. So I'm gonna get 4 of our 3 long Technic pins in black. I love the black color. 1 of the 6 long axles, which will be here. 2 of these black cylinders, which are actually surprising to see in this set. You get the skier in here. I'm gonna steal a couple of parts from this plastic one. Rack and pinion steering's going in. This old school part. Gear tube. And I think that's it. Okay. So let's get going here. Take this. Slot the rack through. Put the gear in. That's how it works. Pretty awesome. Just like the real thing. I love automotive stuff. If you guys haven't figured that out already, I'm a big car guy. I was in the automotive industry for a bunch of years. Worked at Ford Motor Company and Tesla. But you guys like cars, let me know. Just in the comments what cars you like. All right, so let's do this. What? Oh, I see. So these now connect to these here. That's how it's done. Just a light connection, it looks like so far. Oops, I got this backwards. Take that out. This is how it wants to be. Okay. Let's go like this and like that. Okay. A little fiddly here, but I love it. Okay, so there's that. Now, that's interesting. I don't know. Oh, do you push this through? Yes, you push that down. Okay. That's what I was missing. Okay, so this axle actually pushes down through that plate beneath it. There it goes. Okay. Got it. Wow. That's interesting. It's like, why is it like that? Is that right? Huh. It's interesting. It's like there's a lot of resistance to it, but there's a reason why there's a lot of resistance to it. And it's because these things don't pivot. So I guess it's just naturally going to have a decent amount of resistance because the angle is changing here, but this angle is not changing. So it's actually kind of, so it's you can see it's a flexible part. So that flex is what the resistance is, but so it works. But that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this piece being used like this. And then we'll see how far we go. I'm going to skip ahead to the next step and put that piece on. That'll help me know exactly how far in to push this, because it looks like from the instructions there's a little bit still on the top. So we'll just call that equal to one of these and call it a day. So this now governs how far we push this in. So that actually goes, you can see it here, it goes pretty far beneath, pokes through that Technic plate with the holes in it. So it kind of anchors everything here, and that will become part of our steering, it looks like. So neat. Now we solidify the connections back here with some of these pins. Make sure these are oriented properly according to my OCD book of Lego building. Always with those little things, just like that. See those things? Yeah, just like that. Yeah. It makes me happy. Random stuff like that makes me happy. And another one back here. Oh, I love that sound. So another thing, crazy. Pause for a second. These things have little marks from the molds. Yeah, you see that right there? You see that right there at the top, that little mark? Those are supposed to face inwards, never outwards, so make sure you do that on all of your builds going forward. Spot that little mold mark. I'd always do it like that. Ah, I see. So that's how they get around. If they just used a square brick, it would interfere. Makes sense. It's like, why are they using that part in here? Is it a decorative element or what? Usually those are like, could be system elements or kind of more decorative, but okay. 2 gears. One of those that I already used, and another one of these. And an 8 long axle. Give ourselves an 8 long. There we go. So for now, and this is what links the turntable, it looks like, to that rack that we just did. So this is the integration between those two. Makes interesting. And then this, oh my gosh, see, this is so annoying. Like what is that distance, Lego? It will be defined later on, but like right now I just need to know. But you can guesstimate usually. That looks like it's about 1 brick width. So we'll do the trick here. That spaces this out. And yeah, so that just plops into it's gonna pop into something like this. Like that. And then we can get a brick width here and use that as a guide. So I'm just gonna do that. And then this goes right in between here, linking the two together. Now I'm gonna keep this oriented like that. I don't want to, just throw it in here willy-nilly. And then I want to try to make sure that this is as close as it can be. And it's okay if this gear is it's off. This isn't a top dead center orientation. It's kind of, looks like it's close. It's got some play in it, so we'll call it good at that. And then we'll just thread this through, and yep, the bottom tooth connects to turntable and the top tooth connects there, so that these all move in unison now. Cool. And that should be it. I think we got the teeth aligned as best as we can, where the steering in the front is straight, or it's as straight as it could be, and this is also as straight as it could be. So it just, whoosh. There we go. And let's see, where else did we go? So we want to be a little careful with this now, because it's kind of just sitting there for now. And let's see what we're on to next. So be careful with this here. Put this off to the side. So next, we got a 3-pin, 2 pins, one of these. Oh, I guess we do have 2. I was mistaken earlier. Shorter version and a longer version. And we're going to get 2 of these. One of those probably for the steering. I think we're good. Alright, so we're building. Build this now. do it. Okay. Built that up, and then it looks like it. Looks like it goes right on top. Yep. Nice. Okay. So I think we can finally get these all good. Good. So neat. Very neat. So far. Moving right along. And now we're essentially just going to mirror what we just did. Running out of black Technic bricks here. I feel like I'm using bricks and lift arms interchangeably here, so. Oops. I'm sure I'll hear about it if it's bad enough, if this video gets any views. Okay. So, build the other side. These have little mold marks on them as well. On one side, mold mark, no mold mark. That's the one facing out. Never noticed that, but those have mold marks as well. So let's swap those around. Much better. Put those mold marks facing the inside right there. Less visible. There we go. Thing on this side. Oops, I skipped a gear. Skipped a tooth, I mean. Alright. Next. Looks like a fairly short step. One of these. Two of these. Where are they? Interesting. So these don't necessarily need to be. Oh, wow. Okay. Slightly different connection than I'm used to. Okay. Neat. And then, let's see. I still don't feel like these things were ever formally put in yet, so just still hanging out. Try not to smush this thing. Okay. Awesome. That's in. Now it's critical to make sure that this is perfect. Okay. And this goes up there. Oops, I actually need 2 of these. Okay, so that puts it all in place, and then this thing, push that down a little. Okay. Awesome. I want to give that a little bit of some space there. All right, excellent. Maybe that's a little too much, but so make sure that this is good and not too hard to turn, which it's not. So we get, nice, and this goes over the top of that one. So now that's all secure in there, and we're done with this part now. Nice, and that still feels nice and smooth. So that, oops, press that a little bit down right there. Good. That's awesome. So set that to the side. And let's build the back part now. Got this. 2 of these. Facing out. This is pretty trick here. Whatever they got going on. This step. One of the 6 axles. And these little bushings. One of these, and then another one from our pork bin. We got one loose in here. And then we got another one being shown off in here. And it looks like we're making some sort of like a, I don't know, pivot system. I'm not sure. So we got these. Okay. These are red now, and they have little notches in them. Do this with the right orientation. And this with the pointy end facing up. These little cam lobey things. And okay. So now you're gonna want to make a little bit of space now. Space these out. Ever so slightly. Whoa. Way too much. That's perfect. Okay. And that's what you want. You want everything to swing freely, like that. Okay, did we do it right? Yep. Six axles, 6 long axles. 2 of those. 2 more of the steering parts. And 2 of these. And we're just making the left and the right side, so if you remember our little trick, we do that, put it out, rounded side. I might break my rule in this instance here, actually. Kind of want the rounded side out like that. There we go. Gives a little better contact surface for the part that it's going to be spinning and rubbing up against. So I broke my rule. Good. One of these little jumpers. And these 2 more bushings. These pieces here. And 2 of these. Technic pin's too long. 2 of these. Oh, interesting how they like go in, like not all the way. Okay, now how do we do this here? Oh, it looks like it might be a pendulum axle, maybe? I don't know. Interesting. We still do have clutch power, even though they're not going through 2 of these, but only 1. So how it works. 2 of those, okay. There we are. Okay, so these things don't need to be perfectly spaced, but this is important. This one. Make sure that swings freely. goes on. A lot of times you get some old sets and these parts are split. Okay, I guess they get a little brittle over time. Oh, look at that. Here we go with some system elements. I always love the brick built side of these things too. So 2 of these, 2x3s, 2 of the 1x6s, 2 of these cool hybrid brick Technic pieces. We need 2 1x2s. Okay, looks like we're making 2 of these things. So we'll start out with the one on the top. All right, 3 of these. One of the 1x6 bricks. Technic part. 2 of these things. Mm-hmm. 2 of those. And 2 of these little ones. Okay. Alright, let's go. Build this one up now. May have gotten 4 of them by accident. And then this just goes on the end. Just getting the spacing just right. These things are kind of hard to manage here, but I think it'll start becoming a little easier pretty soon. So these pieces go here. And then 1x6 joins them together. Okay, so a little bit easier to handle, a little bit. I don't know what the heck this thing is. It's something. So that's what the axle, I guess it'll Maybe these are just free trailing axles. These things just follow in the back. Maybe they're not linked to anything. 1x4. Uh-oh. This step calls for my alignment bricks, so I'm losing them. The only 2 red Technic bricks of the set. Oh, actually, never mind. I lied. There's some others. 2 of those. Love the system parts, like these things. 2 of these. 2 of those. 2 of these. Oh boy. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here and go to the stickers. I have these somewhere in this booklet. There they are. So here we go. First sticker. Oh yeah. Now let's see. Oh yeah, these are the stickers that pretty much, they take up like the whole brick. So you gotta put them right at the top. Pressing on it with my shirt to take all the air bubbles out. Make sure you put them on the right sides. The outsides, I mean. Nervous here. Another one looks good. Look at these stickers. The P435, huh? All right. There we go. So we're making the P435 apparently here. Set these out accordingly. Love that sound. Just straightening everything up on my table here. Lost my brick alignment tool. In this step, but it's all good. Goes there. Oops. ties everything together right at the end. And this just connects like that. So now it's got the pendular axle swing. And oh my gosh, I am such an idiot. I got that, put that on wrong. Try not to bust this into a million pieces here. Okay, minimal damage. So you gotta slot that through first. And then you're good. And then you're good to go. So I have no idea what in the world that is supposed to do. Like, honestly, no clue. But this nice pendular. Oh. Very confused. Very confused as to what this is really supposed to do. Oh, I see. It's a decorative piece for a grill on the back. Or some sort of a grill. Okay. All right, we got spacing. Good. So, one of these. That part. 4-axle. Parts are dwindling. But this has been a lot of fun building this thing. Align that there. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I lost some of my play there. But I think I can get it back. This was a little bit tight now. That might be as a little bit. Never mind. There we go. Very minimal space to work with here, but we'll get it. There we go. That's a lot better. Try not to pull this too far out. And sometimes if you just wiggle it a little bit, it makes it all even better. But this is our problem right here. It's in the back, but I think this is good. I think that's about as good as we can get it, realistically. Nice. Okay. So next step, pretty simple. Just want to make sure. I wish this thing just moved with gravity, but boy, it's pretty easy to move it. So if it goes over any terrain, it'll be fine. Not that this thing's going to be working in the fields. It'll be sitting on a shelf. Next up, we're going to get a plunger out. This looks like it sits right there. Bring that axle through there. Another one through there. Nice. That really ties it together. Six axle. Two of these. Two more of those. There's a lot of these pieces in this set. And then one of the 8 axles. Where's that 8? There it is. Alright, so I'll take the 8 axle. Oh no, the 8 axle goes with these. It looks like it's one spacing on the outside, so we'll just do that. And that goes through there. Good. And then the 6. Oh yeah, this is going to be going out a little more because it's 6 long. Oh, did I freaking mess that up? It's got to go through this thing too. Nice. There's that, and then this one goes. Okay. Nice. So I'm going to put one more of these things in. Make sure it's aligned. And 2 of these. Oh yeah, looks like they go on the end. It's like a rear bumper of sorts. And for these, just to make sure that they're right there on the outside. Alright, and then here comes the marriage. Our little set's gonna grow. And it looks like here they connect that in as well. So that's what we'll do now. So how do they do this? Okay, that's our alignment point. Yep. Okay. So that just connects onto there, and I guess these things they're like little trailing axles almost in a way. They just follow what the wheels or they just follow the path that the front takes. So that's interesting. This is going to be impossible. Ugh, oh my goodness. It may even be easier if we put it in first. Oh my gosh, I'm going to fumble with this forever. Ooh. It's just not a lot of way to get a good grip on this. I can't take that turntable off either. Ooh boy, this is a tough one. Just gotta get it on. There we go. It's fiddly, but we're getting there. Looks good on the top, just needs a little bit more on the bottom here. Okay, nice. It's seated in there now. All right, excellent. And then we'll just, I think we'll try to figure out the best management. Like, it shouldn't be too far up there. It should have a nice, gradual taper. And I think that's kind of what we have here. About as good as we can get it. But I wonder. Maybe this should go to the other side of this thing. So I'll just take that off. Move that over there. Yeah, that's kind of where it seems like it wants to be. Okay. Yeah, it's a little better. Moves a little freer when it's on that side. Okay. Good. It's so cool how that axle pivots when this does that. Nice. Very, very nice. So, that's what we got so far. Looks like we're doing some more cutting, so move this to the side. Yeah. Got a few steps here. Okay, let's see. See if they show. I don't want to make an incorrect assumption on the sticker sheet that's coming up. So that shows that the arrows are on the outside. I thought that's what it was. Always good to confirm since we got brand new stickers. So, oh, and did we forget? We didn't. There's nothing on the inside. Okay, yeah. That was our first sticker. I don't know where the other ones go. I guess there's more parts, so I'll figure it out. Okay, let's do this. 2 of these little shims. Wow, 5 of those pins. 5 pins, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 of those, 2 sets, and I'm getting the other one out of this pack. Just throw that gear in there. And what do we need now in terms of the hoses? An 8 and a 7. So back here we go. An 8 and a 7. Got a little knot in this. Not forming. All right. So let's do the 7 first. Make sure not to stretch it. Here's the 7. Let's see, these are the tough ones where they have like a natural, like a kink to them almost. So I'll cheat a little bit to the positive side. A little extra is always better than not enough. Okay. So let's build this up first. So get that. And the 7, which one's the shorter one? Shorter one goes here. And the longer one goes here. Okay. And this back. All right, let's just see how hard these are. Oh no, those just go up there. They just hang out. Looks like just pop them through. And I guess in the process, we have to get that. Maybe I'll do that first. Oh, this is going to be another one that's tough. Tough to do. But we're up for the challenge. Usually these slide in pretty easily. Whoa, blew that part off. Okay, so let's see. That's was. Alright. Now we just have to slot these through. First one goes up, and second one goes up. Okay. There we go. These two things are now ready to be connected. Which actually looks like it happens in the next step. So let's get that done. Ha, nice. That is cool. That's satisfying how these things, whoosh, they just pop right up. Love it. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. Nice and sturdy. Cool. Cool. These things coming up. Good. Just checking all the hoses. Making sure. Okay, so we need, okay, so next these. So I'm gonna put some pins in here. Connect these up for good. Really puts some extra strength in this. Looks like we get one of these. Hold on to the axle so you don't push it too far down because there's nothing really holding it. Okay. And we have these two systems built here. Those go right there. So let's do these now. Skip ahead a little. I always like to get the stickers out of the way when I can because they kind of make me a little nervous. Especially something like this, something this old. Wow. Looks like these we're going to cover up pretty much all of it. Let's see how far up do they go. Maybe a little bit more. A little bit better centering. Good enough. Give it the old shirt press. there's that one. Applied successfully. Now, put this one on. On at a little bit of an angle. Oops. Cool. Let's pump some air through this system here. Oh, let's open up a valve. Well, oh yeah, nice. That's working, that one. Cool. So we're working. Should work. I mean, simple stuff, but always good to see it in action. We got two of these, and this next step here. And two of the Technic pin connectors. This nice piece. And we're doing two 14cm black hose cuts. So, get these in view. And these are the ones that you got to make sure that you try not to stretch too much as you do the longer measurements. Pretty good. Dwindling. Skipping ahead here. Let's see. This 7 centimeter. Okay, so. Oh, but it doesn't really tell you which is which, so it's all good. So these go on just a little bit. Oh, why can't I do this? Get me screwing around here with these pieces. It's hard to get these in there. A little thicker. There we go. I'm gonna put these in about as far as they would go normally on the other connection, so something about like that. And do the same thing with this one over here. Hard to get these in because I'm off camera here. Okay, something about like that. And then we put the others on. Careful not to bend these too much. Plastic things, I mean. Okay, that's good. So they keep saying that the 7 centimeter one, so that's the one that goes over here on this side. So this is the 7 centimeter one that connects on the left. Okay, and that is the one that they say is the nearest, which makes sense. So that's good. Oh, I guess. Oops, we did that a little bit early. Still gotta do this one now. These are the only parts like this in this set. These are really fiddly. To get on, but once you do, pop that one there. Pop that one there. Good. And they go up about as far as they can, so that's good. Awesome. Now we can seat these up. Those act as a little guide. Excellent. Looking good. Now we have 2 of these. These look like they go on these sides right here. Pretty much done with all the technical stuff here. I mean, we got the boom still to make, but mostly the rest of this is all going to be appearance related stuff. Just want to make sure all the geometry was right. Sorry for that. But now we get to put this kind of decorative piece on the back. And snap that into place. Starting to look really good now. A lot of fun system pieces combine in Technic, the old ones. Alright, so now we've got 2 of the 4 axles, 2 axles, some connectors. One of those randomly big one of these. 2 1x2 plates and 2 Technic bricks. Looks like so. What do we have now in store? What's the best way to do this? Let's build this first. This thing down here. There are 4 axles in here. This is probably going to be, yeah, it's what connects the boom to the hydraulic cylinder here, or the pneumatic, pneumatic cylinder. And now these, looks like we're building like half of it here. And that just chills like that, I guess. It's gonna fall off, I know it. So this goes up here, 1 up. So that goes 1 up from there. And that goes just straight out, so 1 up. Okay, that's 1 up. And let's get this in there as well. Okay. So it looks like it's correct. 1 up from there. And then that just hangs out like that for now. I have to build 2 of these. One, 2 identicals here. And those go on either side of this. Nice. Now we skip ahead just so I can tidy this thing up. Although, yeah, I'm just gonna finish this up. It's a little annoying to have this staying incomplete for so many steps. So I'll just get her done. Those go like that. And this comes on here. Good. Okay. So we've got this now. That's all set. That's done. So I just skipped ahead a little bit, but all in good fun. I'm gonna build up this step now. That's what we're doing here. So 2 of the 4s. We already got that. The final Technic bricks. 4 pins. 2 variety. And what else are we gonna get here? Get our seat. 2 of these pins. Those pins and 4 of these. All right, I think that's everything. So the seat gets 2. These. And it looks like it's got just clips on here where stud connection right there. There's our seat. I love the colors on this. 2 of those. I always put these. I always feel like that's the better look for the outside. So put those on the outside. And then we need 2 of these. Wow. See, this is the newer style Technic, so they're starting to bleed in. Starting to make some appearances, the newer style pieces, even in these older sets. Getting harder to show you guys what I'm doing here, but we'll make it work. So that goes there. These are almost look like some decorative elements, like a ladder or something. I don't know exactly, but they look nice. These axles just doing whatever they want to do. Okay, awesome. Now we've got 4 of these, and they look like they go like this. Starting to build some of the cab structure here. Yep. That's nice because that'll keep these bricks from separating these pins. Important to note that the studs are faced outwards. I have had to reverse these steps many times where I wasn't paying attention to something like that. Awesome. Really kind of building this thing up now. Nearing the end, which is a little sad, but it's been a great time so far. On to this step now. 2 of those. Another one of these, or actually, nope, did I? No, I already did that. So that one has already been sourced and put on the model. One of these, one of those things. 4 of these, 1 of the 2s. And 4 of these. That's a fairly comprehensive step. And 2 of these. Alright, so this is what I was doing here. That. 2 of these. And then, surprised, there it is, one of those stickers. So that's the one with this here, looks like. And we got the, should my hands clean? Looks like that's the way it goes. So I'll put this just a little bit below. So that's something that they can see. Perfect. And I found an image on the box that indicates that's how it's done. So there it is. Successfully applied. I'll do that. And does it say it has 2? Oh. And then we've got this here. So we got one of these connecting. 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 So that's going to be our cab, basically. Try to get this in shot here. My hand's in the way. Okay. Awesome. Really kind of taking shape now. And we're going to do the other side. Now this will go here. Cool. And it looks like these will hold the seat in tight. I'll spin these up like that so that they go on nice and easy. Push these in. And I had to shimmy it in, but it works. Trying to be a little delicate here. Okay. Everything still works. Next up, two of these things here. Two of these. One of the 6. One of these. One of these, and the other lift arm. Which will apply the sticker. Where did those other things go? Ah, see, here's where those stickers are used on this one. They're used as, I don't know if you can, I can get this here, but they're used as like mud guards. So these other stickers actually won't be used. Interesting. But let's do it. See, I wish they would have shown something like, I wish they would have shown that on the other photo because it wasn't clear. It wasn't clear just how far up you put it. But we did it right. It's about the same as the other side. Love how these old stickers are so, they go pretty much to the very edge of the brick. Okay, so, oh, can't really squeeze that together. What's the best way to do this? This will go. Oh no, I fucked it up. Huh. Uh-oh. Hang on. I literally put it on the wrong side. No big deal. You can just take the sticker sheet and reposition it. And we should be fine. And tear it. We're fine. We're fine. All right. Whew. It's a dumb mistake, but I'm going a little quick here. And it just goes into that hole. Maybe this flips up. I don't know. Cool. We've got our control panels in there. And then actually we get red ones on the outsides here. So we get to put 2 more of these on. That's good. Clean that all up. Nice. Bring this one in on the other side. Awesome. Now we'll build this little piece to extend the steering mechanism. And we'll try to hold that while we push this down. Okay. Bring this up a little. Not too high now. I'll actually skip ahead a step and put this over here. Part of the next step. Awesome. All right. Looks like now we start connecting even more things. So I'll get another sticker to apply. This one's the nice lights on the front. Can apply this either direction. That's pretty good. Nah. Yeah, there's way more on that one side. It's gonna bother the crap out of me. It's so hard to see the edge of this sticker, but I think that's got it pretty darn good. It's like one of the main statement pieces of this whole build. I like it. I have some good looking lights up front. And it looks like the yellow part goes up top. That's how they intend it. Okay, I gotta get the pieces though. 2 of the 4. Already got that one. 1x6. That piece is done. Got 2 of those. 1x3 brick. 2 of these pieces. That, and then 2 are got there, so good. I think we got everything. Take this part here and we'll get it on the canopy built. Nice. It's looking really, really nice. Loving it. And now we will start to build the boom parts here. This will be fun. So I'll get a 3 long. Get one of these. Four goes up there. Okay. 2 apart. Next piece. It's gonna go. Do a little trick. And 2 of these pieces go here. Sorry about the focus. Maybe I can move it a little further away. I'll bring that up. And it looks like that goes in there. And then we want to put this through these guys. Sorry. Just figuring out how this works. Okay. So that's what we have there. And then the final piece. Goes on here. Make sure that this isn't too ridiculously tight. Okay. All right. Let's just see what the action looks like here. Neat. So it can go down about as far as it can there, and then when you want it to go back up, oh, that's awesome. And then it kind of, yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah, it pulls itself down and then it shoots itself up. That's awesome. Really cool. Neato. Boy, we are at the almost very end here. P435, huh? Yeah, might as well put the last stickers on it while we're at it. I'll do this. One of the last steps here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Building the claw. One of these. 1, 2, 4 of these yellows. Dump that in. 2 of these pieces. Only 1 of these. 2 axles. 4 fours. 2 of the 6s. and the small cylinder. But now I think it's time to apply the last stickers here. The P443. 43S, I guess. It's the 43S, so P43S. That means something to somebody. Okay, now. Oops, my bad. Try to get these as close on the other side to each other as I can. Let's see, how does that look? I think that's good enough for me. Yep, I'd say that's pretty good. You know, just a little off. Not much, but a little. Since we're at it. We might as well try to make it perfect. There we go. That is much better. Okay. That's great. It's on there. That's our last sticker. Sorry if that focus I've lost. But I think it's time to skip ahead and start putting some of these wheels and tires together. I like that they have them flipped the other way. Nice tight fit. I don't want to dig my fingernail into them too much though. It's such good condition. Sad. Sticker sheets, no more. Now, it's still got a couple of leftovers. These are for the pneumatic controls for the forklift or whatever that lift was, and those were I guess you put those on the same pieces, and that becomes your mud guard or something, like I guess you would step on. Oh my gosh, these are getting some of the oils on my hand. Never remember these being so hard to assemble. But maybe I'm just getting old. is just, they are just so perfect white. I mean, no, yeah, no sun yellowing, nothing. Looks like a pretty complicated claw arm. And geez, there's so much left over. So much line left over. This is insane. I guess they give you, I guess since they have to cut it for different lengths on each of the models, it would make sense that they have to give you extra so that you have all that you need to build both of the models. Yes, I never thought about that. Just continuing to fumble here on the tires. But we're making progress. Excellent. 2 more to go. Working my fingers out here, working them to the bone. Okay, last one here. See if this one will be our best. It's already not looking so hot. There we go. That's it. So, let's do this now. And so, put this together. Now this is definitely something that I don't want it to be too tough to move around, so we're going to leave those little itty bitty tolerances in there so that it just moves down, swings with gravity. And repeat process for the top. Okay. 2 6 axles. 1, 2. Go through these. Guess all that work that I just did before is going to be completely rendered obsolete now. So maybe it's best to just build all these things first and then space them out later. I always do that the hard way. Okay. And now Okay. I'm actually gonna pull out a brick separator. Oh, here we go. Let's use the side of it. Okay. Looking good. Next is this side. Okay. Okay. More fours. Yep. All right. Okay. So that looks like the picture. Now let's do this. We have this here. Oh, I see. These go through like that. That way they can move. I can open and close. We do. We have a little tool that we can use to make sure that we space these just right. Make sure that these are good. There we are. Yep, that's the ticket. And oh, interesting. These actually go there. Cool. And so now what we'll do is we'll just give these the space that they need to operate. Yes, push them out a little bit here and there. That's good. Yeah, that's what you want, something that's just really flexible. Okay, now what do we got? Okay. Okay. So, almost done. Got a couple of final connections to do. Looks like this one. Looks like we have to go from out to in. So the out one goes to here. Okay. Oops, and I just smushed that together. Okay, and then this one will go to the other one, and that is tough. Get in there. Come on. A little bit more. Okay. Let's make sure we didn't smush anything. Doesn't look like it. So now I'll put this on. Skip ahead to the next section here. Cool. Let's get this thing opened up like that. Good. And actually, I just want to test this thing. So that's what I'm going to do. Put these on. And it looks like this is what synchronizes all of the motion, which is actually really cool. So I'm going to make sure that these are good. Okay. So, oh, wow, there we go. Beautiful. Let's see that in action now. So, open it. Boop. Close it. It's such a short system that it really is responsive. That's awesome. That's just awesome. Okay. Couple of parts and we're done. Okay, putting something on here. just to tie everything together. Get a little stronger. Another one of these bushings. Oof, really not. Okay. Not a lot holding that on, but last step before we put the wheels on. And now we're bringing the bottom of the cab together. So we'll put the steering knob together. Also serves as an emergency beacon. And that will go. It will sit right on top. Nice. Oh, it feels so good. Nice and pretty loose, actually. Which is great. That's what I like. Nice, smooth, easy to turn steering. So now we're gonna build 2 of these for the sides of the cab. I thought the cab flipped up, but we just do the final reinforcements at the very, very last step. Let's do these. The little pin in them. I'm pretty much done here. So move this aside. Bring this front and center. And now these will go in here. Do this without being destructive. And then let's just probably, oh yeah. Nice, and it really ties the cab together. Oh yeah. Very good. That's it. Oh. What a set. What a set. Just put my stickers away. For the time being, and now one of the most satisfying parts, just putting the wheels and tires on. Front axle. And now this one, I always put my finger, or try to put my finger behind them so that they don't push through. Might be a little hard to do, hard hard to show what I'm doing, but it will be done. Second one's on. These should be pretty easy to do. Yeah, let's get the other front one on. Nice. We can get the back ones on. These are easy, you can move them. And they just follow. It's pretty neat. Nothing really connecting these things together. But that's fine. Yep, there is indeed nothing that's supposed to be connecting them. What? How does this work? How is this supposed to work? Oh, I know how. I think I'm supposed to push the axles in. I think I am supposed to push the axles in. Yeah, I have to push the axles in. I was wrong. I guess I missed that part. Push them into those 1x1s with the holes in them that are back there. And yeah, now that just swings like this. And see how good that swings. And these spin freely. So now the last one. Do that off camera. This one's a little tough to do. There we go. There's the finished set. Isn't that wonderful? Look at that. That is so cool. So, yep, there's that turning, how everything just kind of crab walks, or just kind of walks with it. That is just sweet. I love that action. Oh, so fun to just drive this thing around. And then if we want to lower the boom, we can do that over here. Let's see. And it brings it down. Nice. Really like pretty much right down to the ground. And then if you bring it back up, it hoists it and then it goes bloop. That is really cool. It's just like that because of these things here. I might reorient them at some point or try to force them down somehow, but it's fine. And then this thing closes and opens really quickly. I love it. Absolutely love it. 2 hours and 42 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll do an impressions review later.